Hi there and welcome to another video. Welcome to the best place to build a life and business that you love simply because you can. And my name is Victoria. I'm so excited to be filming this video today because I want to talk about something that's really important and has been on my heart for so long to share. How to develop the confidence to go after your dreams or God-given desires that you may have in your heart. I know a lot of us have dreams that we want to pursue. A lot of us have projects that we've been thinking about doing, but we never quite develop the confidence to actually step out and do those things. And I was in that boat for a very long time. I've always had a desire to have my own business, be my own boss, work from home so I can look after my kids, myself. And it's just something that I have been so passionate about, but I never quite developed the confidence to do it, right? Until one day I was just like, heck, you know what? I'm just going to go in and I'll see what's on the other side. And I haven't looked back since. So I want to share with you how I got that confidence to actually go after my dreams, and hopefully it can help you do the same. So let's get straight into it. Now, remember, before we go ahead, this is a new channel. If you like this content, please support the channel by liking and subscribing to the channel. That would be very encouraging so we can continue to make more videos like this and put good work out there. Now let's dive straight into it. Number one, how do you develop the confidence to go after your dreams? Number one, you have to trust God. I know this is quite different. People say trust in yourself. No, we cannot trust in ourselves because if it's a dream that's big enough, you cannot execute that dream on your own. It has to be a God thing. If you trust God, because at the end of the day, if you have this dream, if you can think it, you can become it. But most times it is so big that we don't even know where to start or how we're about to execute this or where it will lead us to. And because of that fear of failure or success, it holds us back from actually trying to becoming who God has called us to be. So number one, trust God. When you trust God, then automatically it's going to filter down. You're going to trust yourself because you will know that, okay, for God to have chosen me to put this desire in my heart, He believes I'm capable of executing this idea. He believes I'm capable of doing this work that He has called me to do. Therefore, I put all my trust in Him, and therefore I know that because He has trusted me with this task, I am equipped to actually execute it. So point number one, you have to trust God, that the God that put a desire in your heart will help you execute that desire, because naturally when you trust God, it's going to become an automatic filter down to you trusting yourself and in your abilities. Point number two, get clear. Now, this is something that I struggled with because sometimes we are so blessed with having so many gifts and talents and expertise, right? And we don't know which one to follow. Now, here's the thing. You need to get clear on what your end goal is. When you get clear on the end goal, you will then be able to work yourself back to the beginning. I'll use myself as an example here. I want to be a successful, inspirational woman who helps people become more of who God has called them to be. I want to help people build businesses, those businesses that you have in your heart. You know you want it, but you don't quite know how to get it. That is where I want to be. That's the person. I want to be able to look back and say, I was able to do this for myself because I crossed paths with Victoria. Okay, so that's the big vision, right? How do I now get started now? How do I get clear? So this is number one thing. Because I have that vision, that's essentially the people that I want to help or I've been called to serve. I work it back to say, what would that person who has this dream or this desire be thinking of and struggling with now? What is it that is holding them back now from becoming that person that they see themselves to be? Number one, lack of confidence. Hence, I'm recording this video. You get the point, right? Because when you have the end point in mind, you're able to circle back and then get to the beginning and say, okay, if I have this vision of becoming this woman in future, where do I have to start from now? Which is creating content like this. I'm putting it out there to say, hey, I'm in this corner of the world. I see you and I can help you become who you have been called to be, because I have been in that same boat myself. And these are the steps that I took to eventually breaking out of my shell and saying, hello world. Okay, that's point number one. Right. Point number two, you need to get clear on what it is. And this clarity is not about you just taking a pen and paper and just writing down and you're going to get clear, right? I know a lot of people say this, but they don't really tell you how to get clear. This is what you need to do to get clear. You need to try a bunch of different things and you see how you feel about those different things. Myself as an example, when I started, I tried a lot of things. I tried writing, I tried podcasting, I tried, network marketing. I tried a lot of things because my passion is just to see people do well. I really do not desire for anybody to be poor. I think we all have something inside of us that will equip us to live the life God has called us to live. So you have to try a whole bunch of things and see where you sit on the scale, which one resonates more with your heart. Who are the people that respond to you? You have to also watch out for the responses. As you put these different pieces of content out, you need to see which people are gravitating towards you the most, and which ones feel good to your soul when you put it out there. So there's some content I put out there, I'll be like, I really don't think, I should have put this out there. But there's some content, it may not get, so many likes, but the few people that see those pieces of content will actually message me and say, oh my God, this was so timely, this was on point, and this was for me. And it also felt good to my soul, right? So when you're getting clear, you want to get clear on who it is, who are you talking to? And where is that person right now? And what are they thinking in their mind that they're afraid to say? And chances are you've also thought the same thing and you were also scared to say it. So make sure that you get clear on who it is you want to help, what it is you want to say, and what platform can you use to get that message out there to those people. So that is on clarity, point number 2. Point number 3 is accept yourself. Oh my goodness, this is so profound. You need to accept yourself for who you are and who God has called you to be. We are not perfect. We are all flawed human beings. But I promise you, you and your flawed self, me and my flawed self, we are worthy and capable of success, right? Regardless of our flaws. There are lots of examples in the Bible. That's why I love the Bible so much, because it just gives me that hope that if God could count these people worthy, you can do it too. Look at Moses, right? Moses was somebody who was called to be a deliverer. Moses was somebody who was called to be a savior to his people, to lead them out of captivity. But he was so flawed. He was so flawed. He had anger issues. There was a time as he was leading them out of Egypt to the promised land, God told him to speak to the rock and let water come forth. And instead of speaking, he smote the rock, and he was full of anger. But that did not stop God from using him, because God knew he could leverage that downside, his flaws, to do good works in the kingdom. So if you think you have all of these issues, think again. There was Moses, there was David, there was Gideon, who was timid and always hiding. I mean, the Bible is full of examples of flawed people that God used to carry out extraordinary things, and you are not exempt. As a child of God, you can build a life and business that you love, that creates impact, that serves the world, and do it with your flawed self, as long as you keep moving forward and accept that these are your limits, these are your strengths, and these are your limits. So it's you knowing these are my strengths and these are my limits. I'm building a business around your strengths while you outsource your limitations. I call it addition by subtraction. So you add to your strengths and you subtract from your limitations or your weaknesses. Point number 4. Commit to the process. Now, commitment is something that is very personal, right? Because so when I started as a hobbyist. I was just doing this on the side, putting our content out there, inspiring people. But I wasn't really committed to the process. I was still looking at other things like, okay, maybe I could go do this here. Maybe I could go get this job here. Maybe I could work as this here. Maybe I could pursue this career over here. I was not committed to the process, to the vision, to the woman that I saw myself becoming, or that I know myself to be, right? So I'll start and then I'll stop. I'll start and then I'll stop. I'll start and then I'll stop, because I was not committed to the process. But one day, I was just in my bedroom and I said, you know what? I am done dilly-dallying. I'm not getting any younger. There's a picture that I've painted for myself of who I am becoming by the time I turn 50. Now, based on my vision and my projection, the me that I am now, the uncommitted me, is not going to accomplish those goals when I'm 50 if I continue on this path. So I had to sit down and really think to myself, these behaviors that you have now, or this wishy-washy indecision, is not going to get you to the vision that you see for yourself. So I know it's going to be painful to let go of some things now so you can lay hold of what you see ahead of you, but I had to do it because my vision when I'm 50 is very important, and the me today has to align with that person that I see when I'm 50. It means I have to start doing the groundwork now, because nothing happens overnight. Nothing happens overnight. We all need to put in the work so that we can become who God has called us to be, right? And doing the work is so painful. It's not easy, but we have to sit in it. We have to be committed to say, Lord, I am committed. Because let me tell you something. I learned this from Dr. Miles Monroe. Every gift is going to be tested for authenticity. And if you're not authentic, if you're not committed to the process, you will just be, there. You'll just be there while you watch other people just pass you by. So commitment is something that I learned that's absolutely important, because when you commit to the process, you're saying, God, I trust you completely. I'm going to go all in on this thing, and I trust that you'll see me through to the end. So commitment, point number 4. Point number 5 is compassion. Now, this ties very beautifully into commitment. When you're committed to something, you may not see the result. In fact, not you may. You will not see the results immediately, right? When you decide today that I'm saying yes to my purpose, yes to my destiny, I'm saying yes to the business I want to build, I'm saying yes to the life I want. When you say yes, there's going to be a lot of resistance that will kind of push you back to your comfort zone, right? So pushing against that resistance into where God has called you to be is not always easy. It is very difficult. It is very painful. Sometimes you'll be like, why am I not getting the results that I want? I've done this, I've done that, I've bought the courses, I've followed the gurus, I've got coaching, I've done all of these things, but I still can't bring myself to do what I know I am capable of. It's okay. These things, when you come out of your comfort zone, remember you're in a new territory. You have never done this before. This is a first time. In a first time to every situation. Iyanla Vanzant put it so beautifully. She has a quote that says, the first time that we step into a new situation, all of the things that require healing is going to bubble up to the surface, right? This is me paraphrasing how she said it, right? So give yourself grace. Be compassionate with yourself, knowing that this is the first time that you are doing any of these things that you've seen that you have in your heart to do, and it will take you time to master. Like I'm a type A personality. I just believe, I'm so smart. When I do something, I should be able to get it firsthand, first time, one time. And part of that is because of the school system that we're in. The school system never really, celebrates failures. I mean, nobody in the world does. But the only key to success is multiple failures. So you need to be compassionate to know that you will play this game and you will fail. You will do this thing and you will fail. And it's okay. It is a learning process. You just learned what not to do again. Like, I recently learned a very painful lesson that I was actually, so in a rut for a long time because I signed on a wrong client. This person was not my ideal client, and I brought her on because I was like, oh, my business is to make some money this month. It's okay. That was a big no. So I learned the hard way that next time you need to stick to your guns and only sign up clients that are a perfect fit and align with the vision and the mission that you have set for your business, right? So I'm just going to round up these tips again. Point number 1, you need to trust God. And when you trust God, you automatically start to trust in yourself and your God-given abilities, because mastery is what breeds confidence. When you trust in your abilities, you automatically become confident. Step number 2, you need to get clear. You need to get absolutely clear on your goals, your boundaries, what you're going to accept. You cannot allow anybody start to speak into your life to steer you off the direction that you know you are supposed to be on. Step number 3, you need to accept yourself, flaws and all. You need to accept yourself because you are so worthy of success. You're worthy of the business and the life that you desire, even with your flaws and all, because there is no greater classroom than the journey of building a business. You will learn, you will adapt, you will change, otherwise your business is not going to take off. So naturally, you will change, you will become a better person as you build your business. You just need to accept yourself and your flaws and get started. Point number 4, you need to be committed to the process. Point number 5, you need to have compassion for yourself and other people as well. Compassion for yourself, knowing that you are growing, you've never done this before, you're going to fail, and that's totally fine. Okay, and that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments, right? Which one of these steps have you mastered? or are you currently mastering, or has been a struggle for you to even try and implement, but you know in your heart that that is who you really want to be? How have you tried to improve your confidence? Where has your confidence actually opened doors for you? Because I know that when I started to level up my confidence, doors started to swing open, because nobody wants to talk to somebody that appears like they don't know what they're doing, right? So you have to own yourself, your abilities, your mind, your brain, your talent, everything that makes you unique, and be confident about it. Confidently show up every day, okay? And that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments. Let me know which one of these you're trying, which one of these tips you're gonna try, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at VICTOWOLABI, Victor Olabi, and I'll see you in the next